my take on the Michał Chmielewski 200-yard butterfly time of 1 minute and 42.51 seconds from 9 March 2024. I'm filming this Thursday, 11 April 2024. I'm Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. So I'm going to talk through my take on the Michał Chmielewski of University of Southern California Trojans 200-yard butterfly race at the 2024 Men's Pac-12 Conference Swimming Championships in Federal Way, Washington State, United States of America. Time of 1 minute and 42.51 seconds in the preliminaries on Saturday, 9 March 2024. With this time, he achieved the 5th fastest time in the preliminaries and qualified for the final. I provide my take/perspective on his performance and contextualize it in terms of in-person spectating of the event and making the decision to film him in the final session later in the day in this race based on his, I guess it'd be in this event, right? There are multiple races within the event. Later in the day in this event based on his stroke technique in this performance. Yes, so I sat and I was hoping for Andrei Minikov, and Andrei Minikov wasn't there. And I was like, I just got this feeling he's not gonna be here. And so I was like I didn't see him out on the pool deck and stuff, and like he had been really forward the day before, so I was like, fine, what am I gonna do? So I was like, you know what I'll do? I'm not gonna, for filming in the preliminary session, it's Andrei Minikov or it's nobody. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just watch everybody, and based on what I see, if there's no Andrei Minikov, then based on what I see and however I pick, choose somebody in the evening. So that was my approach. So I was watching everybody. So I watched everybody, and I made a point of like watching everybody kind of thing. And I was like, the Chmielewski brothers, they're Polish, and there's a Krzysztof and a Michael. And I was like, I've encountered them with some of my writing and publishing, and so I know of them kind of thing. And so I was like, well, there's familiarity there, but I don't want to like collapse it down to just those two. So I watched everybody, and I was very impressed. And I was like, I don't know how I would choose. Okay, so, and aren't they? I think they're even identical twins. So it's like, how am I supposed to choose? Well, in swimming, that's a pretty easy thing. Their hair is covered. They're in the water, and I was watching, and he had everybody. And I chose to film only one person in the finals. Michał Chmielewski had the most beautiful butterfly stroke technique. I was mesmerized watching him. And I was like, well, and he was beautiful. And so I was watching, and he like goes off, and I'm like, isn't that a beautiful stroke? And then I was like, but let's see if the stroke changes. Because you know, some people, like, they're really good at finishing a race, so their stroke cadence might change, or like timing, pacing, kind of, or the stroke itself might get a little bit different, depending on how they kind of race the event. And so I was watching, and he didn't. His stroke technique stayed beautiful, and it stayed beautiful all the way to the end. And I was like, I am filming you. So that is how I chose him. I was like, beautiful. Better than my butterfly stroke technique. I was not a butterflyer. So yeah, that was it. I was watching, and I was like, it hit mesmerization. That was the taste buds that were the eyeball buds. And so, you know, the eyeball taste buds of the eyeballs went mesmerized, and I chose him. So that's my take, and I'll link to that video instead of just like, I filmed it and I put it on this channel. So I'll put a link in the video description. I filmed it that day, Saturday, 9 March 2024, same day as this preliminaries performance. I published it Sunday, 10 March 2024. Ooh, yes, there was a delay there. And so I'll link that in the video description. So thank you for joining me.